Mayor Foxx, I got to say, I've been here on this committee for 26, 7 something years, and I've never seen a greater press crush in my entire life. I want to congratulate you, Mayor Foxx, be you seated or not, and you've got to introduce your wife for sure, on your nomination for the position of Secretary of the United States Department of Transportation. This high honor is unhappily a very great challenge, a very, very great challenge. As Secretary LaHood so ably demonstrated, the job requires a deep understanding of the policy and the political savvy to accomplish the administration's goals, all of which in an era of constraint, which doesn't seem to want to relax. The Department of Transportation is enduring a tumultuous time of constrained resources. Despite this, the department is tasked with implementing a large number of new safety mandates and simultaneously presiding over a transportation infrastructure network in need of significant and immediate investment. And how to pay for that, nobody seems to be able to figure out. The country's, well, I mean, I can figure it out, but it's not a prevailing view. The country's transportation network has been a critical factor in our long-term economic growth. However, years of underinvesting in our roads, airports, air traffic control systems, rails, and ports have left us with an overstrained transportation system, and I think that is probably the greatest weak link in our national economic picture, only to get much worse. The weakness in our transportation system has been a drag on our growth. I believe we're on the brink of losing our competitive edge in the global marketplace as a result, and I overstate not. The evidence is clear that this interconnected system was not built to withstand the wear and the tear that it is forced to endure today. The federal government has a critical role to play in transportation. I'm among the first to admit that we in Congress have not done our jobs in this area. Instead, we have grown accustomed to an ad hoc approach to investing in our transportation network by using a grab bag of unrelated pay-fors and budget gimmicks just to keep funding levels static. Too many seem content with this approach, but I certainly am not, and I don't think you are. Turning our backs on this growing problem ignores what we truly need, desperately need in this country, a strategic, long-term vision for rebuilding our transportation system in all of its forms. A Band-Aid approach to fixing our infrastructure just doesn't cut it. We need to take a hard look at what we need from our ports, rail, air, and highway systems over the long term and commit to making appropriate investments. We must get away from overly siloed, programmatic funding mechanisms that don't allow for flexibility necessary to make strategic multimodal investments. We need to get smart about working with the private sector to increase overall funding. You've evidently done that very successfully in your city. In short, we need to rethink how we fund transportation in this country as we look, hopefully, towards a future. We all need to come together, the Congress, the White House, and the stakeholder community, and truly explore all options. We won't get anywhere unless we work together. Investing in infrastructure also means investing in safety. Now, and I should tell you that the Commerce Committee is now very much become a consumer affairs committee and a safety committee, looking out for little things that we sort of look past in years past. Since becoming chairman, I really have worked on protection of people and safety as a priority. For transportation, I hope I have your commitment on this across the department, and I'm sure I will. While we have required new safety requirements across the air, rail, and highway systems, the work has only just begun. The department needs to do everything in its power to implement these safety requirements in a timely way. We're very good at passing rules and, legislation, and then others pass rules and regulations, and they never get implemented. And we think they have been because we passed them, but they haven't been. And therein lies a huge problem. I'm concerned about delays we are seeing on some very important issues and worried about more. I need your help in making sure that all of this, of course, should you be confirmed, New requirements are put in place as soon as possible. On the aviation side, it's been a tough year between the challenges involving the 787 and sequestration impacts. Sequestration took a serious hit out of FAA's finances. Unfortunately, we face the same difficulties next year and into the future until we come to our collective senses. All of this has taken tension away from other key efforts, such as modernizing the air traffic control system, which is sort of the thing I care most about, but get to talk least about, because it's been pushed down the road by the situation we're faced with. I expect you to make a renewed effort to focus the agency on implementing new pilot qualification and training requirements. Implementing the next-gen air traffic control system, as I indicated, is of personal importance for me. For 10 years, I've worked to help FAA make next-gen a reality. The system is vital to the future of our air transportation network, and I will continue to make it a priority. I promise you that. So, Mayor Foxx, as you know, you have a huge job in front of you. Massive. The challenges are many and the solutions are hard. However, if you are confirmed, I want this committee to be a partner in your efforts. This will take communication and transparency from the department. It'll take honesty and frankness from us, and I thank you for being here today and look forward to hearing your thoughts. Before I turn this over to my distinguished friend, Senator Thune, I should point out that, one, we have 2 votes at 4 o'clock. So we're going to change our rules a little bit. I spoke a little bit long, of course I always do, so Senator Thune and I will talk for give our opening statements, and then on the questions, everybody will have 7-minute rounds rather than 5-minute rounds.